Good morning, Adam from Freerider once again. We're going to show you this morning how to change teeth in a tiller. The teeth in this tiller have snapped. So we're going to open this up and change the teeth. For this operation we will need a spanner number 10, 2 Allen keys number 4, a small Allen key 2.5 and a pair of long-nosed pliers. So first things first, we need to slacken off just in here. We need to slacken off the trigger bracket. Open slightly the trigger bracket and you will see inside here we will need the small Allen key 2.5 to slacken this off. So inside if we can get it in, there we go. Now slacken this piece off and do the grub screw quite a long way so that once it starts to turn then we're not scratching the tiller. There we go. Now once again this is slackened, but slacken the grub screw, take the grub screw out at least 4 or 5 millimeters. As you can see, the grub screw will not scratch the tiller. What we need to do now is to slacken this small little nut underneath the trigger. We slacken this down to the bottom. Then at the base of the tiller, the same number 10 spanner, we need to slacken this screw out. There we go. Take the screw right to the top and then wind down the cable screw to the bottom, which will enable us to take the teeth out inside the tiller with ease. Now once this is done, you'll need your number 4 2 Allen keys, one on one side, one on the other, being careful not to scratch any paintwork on the chassis cover. And we will take these screws right out. Also keep a hand on the tiller so the tiller does not fall. There we go. A little time doing this, but better to take time and be careful. And then with the Allen key turned this way up, you can slightly push out the screw. There we go. turned down. Turning slightly the wheel, sorry. There we go. Now if we take some paper, place this onto the chassis cover, not to damage it, we can now take the teeth out. As you can see inside here, the cable is loose. What we will need to do now is take the bearing, place the bearing by the side, and then take the teeth out. We can leave the springs. As you can see, these teeth here are worn all down this side. Clean.
Yeah.
We need to clean also inside, as you can see here, the small parts of broken metal, making sure that everything is out. If left in, this can damage your tiller. Also, as you can see, inside here we have a lot of small little particles of metal. This can either be done with a cloth or with compressed air. Compressed air would be a lot better. Take the new set of teeth, and with the long nose pliers take your reverse cable, put into place, and pull this down towards the bottom of the tiller, which will enable you easily to put back the springs. Once this is in position, take your bearings, slide them over the top, and then slightly push into position. As you can see, everything is fine here. Now, taking the tiller to put this back into position, present the tiller in position and push slightly downwards to make sure that everything goes back into place. There we go. Once again, you might need to push slightly downwards so that the teeth go back into position. Now take the screw, put the screw back into position also, being careful not to damage the wiring. And once again with your 2 Allen keys, size number 4, screw gently back into position. Once again, being careful, we can put a piece of paper here not to scratch the chassis cover. There we go. And once this is done, we will now need to retighten the reverse cable by taking the screw up to the top and then tightening the nut at the bottom. Making sure that the reverse cable is not too slack. You can then tighten the bottom nut up. Also tighten the nut underneath the trigger, being careful once again not to scratch the tiller paintwork. There we go. And once again with your small Allen key, making sure that this is in line with the handlebars. Now tighten the grub screw on the trigger bracket. This is a little trickier to get the Allen key because of the cable into position. Once in position, then simply tighten. There we go. Checking that this is tight and that everything goes back into place correctly as such. So check that the tiller is in working order, checking the 3 positions. Everything is tight. Put back into position, close your bracket, and the job is done.